said next week we'll do stack to start with, I like you.
It's been about 2 weeks since the last video. Hope everyone's good. Hope everyone's enjoying the new spring weather, spring sunshine. It's definitely bringing the mood to it's increasing my mood massively. I don't know what it is, just the vitamin D that you get, it's such a good feeling. So, day off today, which is quite nice. Been on jury service all this week. Been right bored because I've had nothing. I've just been sat waiting to be called up. So even if it was on, I wouldn't tell you the details because I'm not allowed. So today, I thought I had a few changes into the diet yesterday. Diet's going really well. I think we're 2-3 weeks in now, which is quite good. Weight's just dropping slowly but surely. New low today, so I was 88.9 kilos this morning. So I've been sitting in the 89s for the last week or two. And it's not really, it's been budging, but realistically we don't want to drop this weight quick. We want to just do a really, really nice, slow diet basically. Keep as much muscle mass as we possibly can. I started in quite a good position to be fair. What I will do after I've trained later today is do a bit of a sort of update on physique. So I've got pull this afternoon. I'll take you along, take you for a spin on that. Training with my dad today, the big man. The big man is testing when it comes to training because he doesn't like to rest, and I try to rest a little bit to make sure my sets are sort of strong. Each set I'm doing is nice and strong. I have a good rest in between. But my dad, if he could, he'd rest for 10 seconds then give it straight back into it, which is frustrating. But here's what it is. So I'll do some post-workout sort of shots. It's a really nice day, so get out in the sun, get some good natural lighting. Other than that, today is just going to be a bit of what I eat in a day. So calories were changed yesterday. All the shit was taken out, so Jack's just taken squares bars out. And I'm going to pack up there in the cupboard, waiting to be eaten. So I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do with them. My sister normally scrams them, but she got diagnosed with being celiac a couple of months ago, so she can't even have them. So God knows. So today's going to be a bit of a sort of what I eat in a day. Bit of day in the life, a couple of bits that I've got going on. It's this week's final week for a lot of clients who've signed up to the 12-week transformation, or the 12-week initial offer that I put out. So I will be cracking on with a few of those, a bit of editing, getting some posts ready. Got some testimonials from them, which is great. People have made some really good progress, and it shows you listen to what someone says and put the work in, and you reap the rewards for it basically. So that is that. That's where we're at with everything. And yeah, I'll just sort of take you along for a bit of a day. Might also do some shopping today. It's nice weather, payday or today was, so might get myself out, pick up some new clothes, but we'll see. Other than that, hope you are ready to join along, and I'll catch you in a bit. Meal number one is my girl. It's basically the go-to every single day. Jack knows, a lot of people know, morning oats. They don't look appetizing at all, but they taste so good. It's very basic: oats, protein powder. I use chocolate brownie batter. Mixes very, very well. I know Jack is a chocolatella guy. Never tried it, but I just can't stray away from what I know and love. Dark chocolate and honey. If honey ever went out, just not doing it. I actually tried it with honey the other week. Without honey the other week by accident, and I tasted it thinking, why does this taste so weird? And then I realised, I was like, so never again, never again. Obviously, food is still kind of high at the minute, but we're obviously going to get to a point at sometime soon where food starts to get quite low. I found last year with prep, like the easiest thing to do was just to try and like fast in the morning, and then essentially what you're doing is slowing, like closing the window, closing the gap for the amount of hours you're having to eat. I was sort of making it to like 10:30, 11 o'clock most days. We had like fasting, cans of Pepsi Max or cans of Fizzy Pop, anything, obviously like zero sugar ones, really help with like sort of just bloating you up a little bit in the morning and getting you through the day. And obviously it's like a mind over matter thing for most of the point, but at the minute, like we're still able to eat relatively like a decent amount of food. So it's what, 9:20 now, so I've done, I don't know how I didn't explain it in the first video, but this morning I went and did cardio. Obviously got up a little bit later today, which is quite nice, but cardio this morning, bit of mobility, come back, had a coffee, a few bits and bobs, laptop wise, showered, got ready, and here we are. So yeah, it's sometimes you have to kind of like, it's more difficult when you're working, I think, especially if you work from home. Working from home is really difficult because you just essentially, everything's around you, and if you're not too busy, you're like almost like ticking the hours by until you can eat, and that is when it becomes a mental struggle. But whenever you've got those opportunities to like just keep yourself busy in the morning, like do whatever you need to do, get like bits of jobs done, tick things off, watch a bit of something, go around house, anything like that can keep sort of ticking over, and before you know it, like it'll be 11 o'clock or whatever, and it makes it so much easier to then you might eat at 11, 1, 3, 6, 7, 8. That's a lot of food in a very small period, and then before you know it, you're going to bed and it's next morning. So there's tips and tricks. Obviously I'll take you along the journey as we like sort of dig deep into those lower food days as in the next couple of months, and show you like things that help get me by. But yeah, so I'm gonna smash this down, watch a bit of just something on iPad, because I'm an iPad kid, terrible iPad kid, like to a point where I've fallen downstairs before because I've just got my iPad in front of me and then tripped on something, which is not good. I'm like a fucking 7-year-old with that. But yeah, so a couple of bits and bobs to sort out, and then not meeting my dad for like 4 hours, so God knows what I'm going to do. But yeah, scran this and then we'll take it from there. We'll catch you in a bit. Okay, so meal 2 is the pretty much same thing as always, really. Supplemented with the absolute goats. So for anyone who's wanting like low calorie sauces, Red Hot Frank's Buffalo, go. Obviously you can get like little bottles from Sano's and stuff, but if you've got a Costco card, get there and fucking like stock up. Pink Himalayan salt, black pepper, and then today is just, looks a bit pale and boring actually, but it's basically just rice, veg, and then mince for this meal. Normally I do chicken. I always tend to have like chicken for my lunch, and then mince or some other form of meat as my like evening meal. Tend to have like things like homemade burgers, all that sort of stuff. But because I've been on jury service this week, and the way like meals and stuff, and I've been like busy after work, and after doing that, I've just like meals are going a bit funny. So it's chicken tonight instead. Work out what I'm going to make later. But yeah, so tend to get my meals in, lunch, so I'm training at 1:15 today, so I try to train to eat sort of like an hour and a bit before, especially when food's starting to get lower. Obviously when food's quite high, like I don't particularly mind when I eat, and I tend to eat a lot earlier, but when we're sort of like oats, then your lunch, and then you're going to train. I've got bananas still in my meal plan, so I'll have a banana just before I go as well with pre-workout, but this I tend to have like within like an hour, within like 90 minutes before training, because it's like basically 250 grams of rice, so it's a good amount of carbs. Carb up, plenty of energy in your body, and then fucking use it to smash a good workout. So we'll have this now, just watch a bit of something, and then get ready for the gym.
Turn up. Quick rundown on today's session. So pull focus is all about, for me, like really wanting to build the lats. Really want to make some good progress on lats now. Particularly as we're starting to cut down. I think more than anything, I just want to have that really good sort of Dorito shape, to be honest. So there'll be a few like close grip pull downs, wide grip upper rows, single arm stuff today. Gym is nice and dead, as always. The thing I love about this gym, at one time this was only about 5 or 6 people in. So yeah, so I'm going to crack on doing some abs and take it from there basically. So here he is, the man himself. Wonder when he'll fight workout that I'm using. I was going to bring you a mic, but I decided against it.
I don't want to do that. You've got no permission for me to.
I'll just do it stack to start with. Like him. Said next week we'll do it stack to start with, I like you. You don't like that one, do you? Nope. I didn't get many out there. We are over and out, and he is not a happy man. That was a good workout, pull over and done with. Yeah, solid workout that. Strength just seems to be still flying despite the fact we're in like a deficit now, technically. Still food's really high, as I said previously. So post-workout, as always, post-workout cereals, 150 grams of this. I think at some point, probably in the next couple of weeks, like cereals are going to start going down. And as they go down, like it just becomes less and less filling. So I think we're thinking about either switching to cream of rice or potentially trying out the rice pudding. That seems to be the hype at the minute. I know Jack Eagles, he's like sponsored by ESN, and he's been posting loads about it. Adam, fucking Mr. Adam Lee, who seems to have every product going known to man. That boy's got more money than fucking sense when it comes to buying shit, protein related. So I trust his judgment on everything with that type of stuff because he's tried everything. So we're going to try the rice pudding, I think, at some point, get that ordered today and get a bash and see what happens. But yeah, so really good workout. As I say, like despite fats, food's getting lower, strength still really high. Seems to be improving all across board, to be honest. So just got to keep chipping away. As you'll have just seen, I've posted some check-in videos just before this. Not check-in, just like post-workout videos, I should say, sorry. Post-workout videos before this. And obviously make use of the very, very good lighting outside at the minute, which I can't complain about. So yeah, going to smash this down, do a couple of bits and bobs admin-wise, and then I think I'm just going to grab a book, sit in the sun for a bit, and chill out for the rest of the afternoon, and then this evening think about what I'm going to have for my tea, all that sort of stuff. So I'll take you along the ride for that. I'll actually cook and like show you what I'm cooking rather than just everything being prepped. And yeah, other than that, like, day's going really well, nice chill day. I'll see you at tea time. So, as you can probably see from the video I've just put in below before this one, I completely forgot to film cooking tea. Mainly because I stupidly agreed to cook for everyone. Poppy, my sister, is celiac, so I had to think about cooking her separately, which meant that there weren't enough hobs, so then I had to combine mine and my mum's, and it was a pain in the arse, basically. So I will just, obviously there was a little video there, I'm sure it'll say I'll put how many calories, and I don't really think I did that throughout any of today, but at the end of this, I'll put the calories for this one, and then we'll probably have a little chat straight after this, once I've had this final meal, which I'll show you in a second. Do the calories for that, and then we'll have a little catch up, talk about how many calories for the day we've done, and just general, like, where we're at with things. But last but not least, it's just about to go in for remixing, but it's the Ninja Creamy, obviously, go. I'm so hopeful during prep. Obviously, it's not cheap to buy one, but if you do, they are so worth the money, just purely because, like, so I'm using the cookie dough flavour at the minute for my Ninja Creamy ice creams. So I'm basically having cookie dough every day. Bang one of these bad boys in, just one little crumbled up Oreo or Neo from Lidl. Couldn't be asked to come buy proper ones. And yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with things. So Ninja Creamies are the go during prep. They just, honestly, they're so filling. So particularly as food starts to get really low, like in an evening, having one of them kind of tides you over for the last couple of hours before you go to bed. And then you kind of go to bed like feeling kind of hungry, but like you can just sleep through it, and then before you know it's a new day. So I'm gonna mix that in now, knock that down, and then we'll have a little catch up and then call it a day. And there we have the finished article. I probably should have let it defrost a little bit more, but quite honestly, I couldn't wait any longer. So if you let it defrost for as long as possible, I'll pop you here very quickly. If you let it defrost for as long as possible, obviously not to the point it melts, but just so it, like, the top starts to be a tiny bit soft, then it, like, is a lot better. But if you do it from the start, it, like, straight out of the freezer, it can be quite icy. So I did it, I left it for like 15-20 minutes, but I was like, I really can't be bothered to wait any longer. So we're going to scran that now, cannot wait. So, it's been a fun day trying out the mic. I really like it. Hope everyone's enjoyed this sort of like a day in the life, day of eating, like what I eat in a day. So obviously, I will get up my coaching app as we speak. So total calories for today, 3,142 calories. That's 203 grams protein, 443 grams of carbs, and 60 grams of fat. So we're still in a really good spot with calories, and they're still really nice and high. But the main thing is that we're losing weight, slowly but surely. And that's the effective way that we want to do it. Really, we don't want to be losing muscle mass. We don't want to be draining ourselves. Like cardio's still in a really good spot. So obviously this morning I did cardio, but it's only 3 times a week at the minute. So it's currently more than anything all about just like really nailing routine, I think. And obviously as cardio starts to increase, as food starts to decrease, and we have to think more about like what times we're eating and all that sort of stuff to make sure we're not like struggling with hunger through the day. Like that'll come. That's, I suppose that's like them's the breaks, aren't they, when it comes to prep? And yeah, so this is what day are we on today? As I said, jury service this week's completely like battered me. I have no idea what day it is. So it's Thursday today, Friday tomorrow, which means a leg day. I think I might try and get a few clips of that, like just a few snippets, and maybe do like a bit of a weekend stuff. And then this weekend, the plan is to do some filming for clients. I really want to start building my like exercise log, exercise category list, whatever people call it. So clients have got sort of reference point on how to perform exercises and stuff. So that's the last thing. Posted the first of my 12-week coaching transformations today. You'll see that somewhere on here from Connor. Absolutely smashed it out of park. Did a really, really good job on it. I think he lost sort of about 12 kilos in 12 weeks, which seems quite a lot, but like he just stuck to the task, did what he needed to do, and persisted with it. And it shows what you can do when you really push. So he's a really good one to have, sort of start building that like client base of examples and transformations, so I can start showing people what I can kind of get out of people, and that obviously helps build business. So yeah. So tomorrow's plan. I'm not in jury service tomorrow either. I don't even know if I'm going to be going back. To be honest, I don't know whether like I've had today and tomorrow off. They've asked me not to come in, but to come back on Monday. Whether that means I get released or not, I have no idea. But we'll see. So tomorrow will just be a nice chill day. I'm going out in the evening for a few drinks for once, actually, which doesn't normally happen. Just with my dad and a couple of mates, which will be quite nice. So just nice chilled one, and then bring on the weekend. But other than that, apologies, it's been a little bit like all over the place this video, this entire video. I didn't, at no point have I actually decided what my reference point is. Is it going to be like a day in the life? Is it going to be food, like what I'm eating? And I'm really bad when it comes to when it comes to like cooking, especially. I'm really bad at remembering what it is I'm eating, and in terms of like, oh, I'm cooking this, I need to film it. Like I just like to get into the headspace of cooking it and then just sitting down and like chowing it down. So, as I say, you kind of got that with the second to last meal of the day, and all the others were already prepped. So, yeah, I do apologise for that, but I will get better. Practice makes perfect. So we've all got to start somewhere. And I also got told off by Poppy earlier that she went, if I want to become YouTube famous, I've got to stop swearing, which is really difficult. I can do it during these in the gym, different kettle of fish. So I am making a very, very conscious effort not to swear anymore. Poppy, I hope you're proud. And yeah, other than that, I hope everyone's having a really good week. And I'm sure at some point I'll try and get another one uploaded pretty soon. Want to get back onto being consistent with these. It's just with jury service. Work was so busy last week. A couple of things with coaching. It was just really difficult to like try and get my head around doing all that and then finding the time to video, because even though you can kind of like just get away with doing it as you go along with your day, it's still quite difficult to like make that time, if that makes sense. So yeah, so I'm sure I'll catch you in the next one. I really appreciate any like, subscribe, drop a follow, all that sort of stuff, comment, the usual YouTube malarkey they say. But I shall catch you in the next one.